Sun is shining in the sky. I've had me cup of tea. Let's go out CEX game hunting, shall we? Not a huge amount in the window. I did like that Perfect Dark. Pokemon Fire Red is something that is on my list. I do need to pick up the Pokemon games along with the Sonic Advance ones. PlayStation 1 had a few interesting ones. I somehow don't have my copy of Final Fantasy VIII. I hate Final Fantasy VIII, however, but it's making my collection incomplete. I must have sold it a few years ago, which is a huge shame. Game Boy, I was kind of tempted with Worms, but I saw a box copy for not much more. Sonic Advance 3 is another one I do need to pick up, as well as Sonic Advance 2. Joy-Cons, I love the Joy-Cons. Joy-Cons always look so nice when they're in CEX. Don't need many, but they always look nice. Moving on to GameCube, and I saw a few that I kind of was tempted with. I'm not actively collecting GameCube, but I'm not going to lie, Dragon Ball Z Budokai is one that's on my list, along with the other one that's on here, Lost Kingdom. I think there's a Lost Kingdom 2. I own nearly all of the JRPGs, so I am kind of tempted. Just very nice to see GameCube that isn't printed boxes. Fort Boyard. I did not realise they brought back Fort Boyard. I am wanting the Disney collection, however there is a Disney collection with Jungle Book on as well, and with I see the prices, I think I'll just buy the extra one with Jungle Book. Alex Kidd is another one that I kind of want, but not urgently needing. Honestly, there wasn't a huge amount of Switch games that I was kind of grabbing me, that I was kind of excited for. There's a few that I want to just get eventually, but there's nothing that I would kind of just like, oh, I need to buy this today over something else. And in the back of my mind, there was an item that I did want. Now, something that I do need to mention is Pokemon games. I own some of the Pokemon games, but I am tempted to get the rest. Dynasty Warriors. I love Dynasty Warriors, but this new one, I heard there's only like 6 characters in it, which kind of defeated the point of a Dynasty Warriors game for me. But yeah, I get that. Again, that one, once it's super cheap, I'll pick up. Bug Snacks, I got mixed up with another one. I think there was another bug game that was a Paper Mario type one. That's the one I want, but I can't remember what it's called. Ratchet and Clank, I will get Ratchet and Clank eventually, but it's not a priority. This was a title that I had on the Vita, and I kind of wanted it, but yeah, again, it was quite expensive. I did check out Smiths because there was a title that I was really after a few weeks ago when I went and bought my Switch 2. However, at the time, it was sold out, so I was looking to see if it was still reduced. It was not. It was World of Goo 2. I played the first one ages ago, but yeah, I wanted it, but it was twice the price as it was 2 weeks ago. It's good to be back in the house. So that game that I was looking at getting was World of Goo 2. Now, that was about £10 a few weeks ago, but they didn't have stock. However, now they have stock, it's went up to £20. Honestly, this is one that's jumped around the £15 mark for quite some time, so I'm more than happy to keep it on their shelf rather than on mine. World of Goo is a title that I played a lot of the original one on, I think it was on WiiWare, and I had a good time with it. I've held off on this one because I kind of felt like they probably could have released 1 and 2 as like a bundle, but yeah, it's one I do want to pick up at some point. Another title that they did have last time as well, which they'd sold out of this one, was Cat Quest 3. Don't have the first 2. Was going to pick that one up since it was an actual on-card game for $7.99, but it was sold out. I think just completely gone. Wasn't anything else that I kind of wanted. Smiths is good when you want brand new stuff or AAA titles, but anything else, anything a bit obscure, you're not really going to get a great time out of, are you? So that comes to things that I have picked up this week, and honestly, we had a good one. Doom. That's right. Doom on the Game Boy Advance. Now, I couldn't show this off in the actual video because it was behind the counter. So I originally went around that CeX and I was like, they don't have it, they must have sold it. And I went and checked on their site and I was like, oh, they do got it. This one, very nice quality, not the best, but it is nice enough, and I think that's kind of what I'm going for at the moment. I'm looking for nice enough because let's face it, these things, the cardboard, it's a handheld system, so people didn't even keep them, and yeah, it's got the manual, the game looks clean, and the game looks fun. When I say it looks fun, it is fun. So yeah, I have been playing Doom on the Game Boy Advance, and I can certainly tell you, it's Doom on the Game Boy Advance. L and R lets you strafe left and right, the D-pad controls your character, B is action, A is shoot. Honestly, what more could you really want? It's a little bit difficult seeing some of the stuff, the textures, it's obviously like all condensed onto a tiny screen, and yeah, it's a console game, it's a PC game, that's reduced down to that, and while it's playable and while it certainly is a fun game, of course you can find it a better elsewhere, but I'm trying to go for a full Game Boy Advance collection, at least the major ones anyway. So this one was one that I had to check off my list, and it's a good one. Another title that I picked up today was Taito Milestones Volume 1. Now this is another one that, again, it's just dipped around. It's been around the £15 mark, up and down around £15 to £20. I think it was about 15 that I paid for this brand new, and you know what? It's kind of, it is what it is. So this is 10 Taito classics, and if I'm honest, there was one game I wanted this for, and that was CeX. Is that how you pronounce it? CeX? Q-I-X. Now, CeX, or CeX, I'm going to call it CeX, is a game from the arcade that I used to play all the time, and when they used to do the Northeast Retro Gaming events, I used to always love playing it. But because they don't do that anymore, I've been wanting my arcade fix, and I noticed Taito Milestones had a few of these. Now this is the first one. They have subsequently released two more. I think they do like one every year, and number 3 had one that had a game that I was really kind of getting wanting to get at. So I thought, well, I'm going to have to buy the other two. This one's been out for quite some time, and more than likely, if they continue to release them, this is going to be one that's going to be slightly expensive, I feel, in the near future. But I've tried a few of the games. Some of them are fine, some of them are kind of one and dones, but the one that I really enjoyed was the Fairyland story. Now, I also used to play titles such as Parasol Stars, Rainbow Islands, and Bubble Bobble when I used to play on the arcades. They were ones that I got a lot of memories for, and you can tell that Fairyland story is definitely a precursor to them. I've honestly had a good hour just playing that one alone, and if I'm honest, everything else I played for a few minutes and then kind of haven't went back to, but that one I've been on for a good hour and a half, just enjoying it. And you can tell it's like one of those things, I feel if you've got a little bit of nostalgia, you'll get a little bit more time out of some of these titles, whereas others not so much. But yeah, this is one I've enjoyed playing. I'm going to dip back into it every now and again. And you know what? You know what's really nice? You get a manual too. Don't say that every day. Well, it's been a very nice weekend, and I've enjoyed myself playing Doom and Taito Milestones. I've also managed to get a few more hours into Cyberpunk, and I wanted a little bit more arcade action, so I re-downloaded onto my Switch 2 Pac-Man Arcade Championship. Honestly, if you've never played Pac-Man Arcade Championship, I definitely recommend giving it a go. It's Pac-Man, but it's kind of like over the top. All of these kind of, you go around obviously collecting the pellets, but then I don't know, there's some speed to it. It's all very fast paced, and you kind of have to go all around the mazes and collect all the pellets, and then after that the ghosts turn into what's basically I want to call trains, and you kind of just have to eat all of them and aim for the high score. It's a different way of playing Pac-Man, and honestly it's a very fun one. I really wholeheartedly recommend it. I've got it as a download only, but I'm led to believe that it is on some of these Namco arcade collections that, you know, they've just re-released over and over again, all for every console. But yeah, if you are wanting to play Pac-Man in a different way on your Nintendo Switch, definitely recommend Pac-Man Championship. And that's it from me. Thank you ever so much for watching, and if you did like this, leave a like and subscribe. Let me know what you have been picking up. I've got plenty more videos in the pipeline, and if you did like this and you like your video game music, check out this one, because I want to talk to you about music CDs.